산다 가진 듯해 In my life 내 지친 삶의 꿈처럼.
Hey, nowadays everything expensive. You see our salary didn't get any increase everything increase petrol increase
Yeah lah. Last time only 1 ringgit and 20 cent. Now what? 2 ringgit 38 cent. Walao.
Yeah lah. Aiya, no worry lah. You know, 1 ringgit can buy Toto can get 100k. No lah, not lucky people.
Yeah lah, I wasn't so lucky one. For me, I prefer save the money in bank, fixed D, more safe lah and earn interest.
No. You put 50 only 1 year can get around 3 to 4%. So slow. Me, I think we can invest in money game lah. You know JJPT
I know.
1 month can get 20% return rate leh. I only need 5 months can get my modal back.
No. I disagree with you. I think buy insurance is more secure.
Insurance not bad lah, but then not enough money. How to buy insurance ne? I prefer do more job lah. Part-time job is better lah. Or go online business, more suitable for me.
Hey!
Almost paradise 님보다 더 눈부신
Wow! Hey, sorry, I'm late.
Wow, yes, this time look different leh.
No lah. So, this thing one treat us up?
No problem.
Last time I see every day eat bread in Maggi curry only, my lord. Ayo, now
Yeah,
different
last time
already.
is custody, now different.
Last time I saw newspaper, I saw one people win 400k. Is it you?
No lah. Tell me.
Then how come you become so rich?
Got lah, let me show you. Got money, don't know how to use? That gorgor show you.
Have you ever imagined your life after your degree graduation? Are you going to make a lot of money and enjoy your life? Or are you going to use up your saving to cover your loans? And here comes the question, how can you become rich? And when can you become financial freedom? Perhaps at the age of 35 or 40 maybe, with the salary of 2,500 as a fresh graduate. I have a suggestion, which is by using the JAR system to allocate your salary. Daily expenses. So for the first portion, we will allocate a 40% of our salary, which is equal to 1,000 for daily expenses. For these expenses, we will basically spend on food, transport, bills, and etc. And next, in long-term fixed deposit, we will allocate a 15% of our salary, which is equal to 375 ringgit Malaysia. This is the portion that we are standby for emergency use or advance payment for our cars or house, and perhaps when your phone is broke down, you can use this portion as well. So for the third portion, for entertainment, we are allocating a 10% of our salary, which is equal to 250. Everybody loves entertainment. We can bring our family for a good dinner, or going for a vacation, or even joining a music concert, or maybe perhaps we can buy a special gift for our love in Valentine's Days. Besides entertaining ourselves, we should improve ourselves as well. Therefore, we are allocating a 10% of salary to improve ourselves. For this portion, we will basically spend on books purchasing, attending course or training, and perhaps learn something new, such as baking, learning pianos or other music instruments. In terms of social service, I think we should spend a portion on the charity. Charity for me, I think, is everyone's responsible. Have you ever heard of when you share, you get richer? Perhaps we can use this portion, donate it to the old folks home or orphan house or anyone that needs it. Therefore, we are allocating a 5% of our salary, which is equal to 125. Last but not least, here comes the main topic of this video, which is investment. Therefore, in this video, we will focus on unit trust, REIT, P2P, and Bitcoin. In order to become financial freedom at a young age, you need to learn how to invest and of course let the money works for you. For this investment, we are spending 20% of our salary on it, which is equal to 500 of our salary. First, let us talk about unit trust. Unit trust is under Permodalan Nasional Berhad. In short, we call it PNB. Examples of unit trusts are such as ASB Wawasan 2020, AS1M, ASM, and etc. The annual rate returns for unit trusts is usually more than the fixed deposit, and the minimum investment amount is only 100. The advantages are such as unit trust is free to enter and exit, is available for all Malaysian, and it has fixed return rate and capital guarantee. For the disadvantage, it is low risk and it has fixed return. The terms and condition of unit trust is: first, you must be a Malaysian. Second, if you are 18 years old and above, you are going to open an account dewasa. Or if you are 18 years old and below, you are going to open an account bijak. Next, let us proceed to transaction information. The fixed price for unit trust is 1 ringgit per unit. The form and minimum investment for unit trust is 100 units for investment book and 1,000 minimum for EPF members investment scheme. The sales charge and redemption charge is none for unit trust, and the payment of redemption is on the spot. The dividend and annual report is released every September 30th. Next, as shown are the past year dividend for unit trust from 2013 and until 2017. Now, let us look at the example of unit trust. Let's assume that you are investing 1,000 in unit trust for 2 years. The return rate is 6% average for each year. The risk level is low and the return level is medium. So, for the first year, you will get a return of 60 for the dividend. And by compounding it in the second year, you will earn a return of dividend for 123 ringgit and 60 cents. Next, let us discuss on P2P. The terms and condition for P2P is: first, the investment amount is limited to 5,000. In order to invest in P2P, you must be at least 21 years old and above. The contract term for P2P is minimum 3 months until 3 years. And for P2P, it pay off every month. And now let us look at the transaction information. First, the minimum investment for P2P is 50 ringgit Malaysia per note. In order to activate the account, you need to pay an advance of 1,000. And third, the average annual rate for P2P is usually 10%. And last, it has a repayment charge at 1% per month. There are 6 places to invest P2P. First, Fundastic. Second, Funding Societies. Third, B2B FinPow. Fourth, Etis Capital. Fifth, Managed Pay. And sixth, Funded by Me. Now, let us look at the example of P2P calculation. Let's assume that you are investing an amount of 1,000. The term of investment is 24 months and the return rate is 10%. The risk level is medium to high. The return level is medium to high. And the repayment fee is 1% on the return cost. After 2 years, with the return rate of 10%, you will get 1,200 for total returns. So, for the 1,200 total returns divided by 24 months, you will get 50 per month of payoff. So, for the payoff, you need to deduct the 1% return on the cost for repayment fee. So, after deduct with the repayment fee, you will get 49 ringgit and 50 cents. By multiplying the 49 ringgit and 50 cents for 24 months, you will get a return of 1,188 ringgit after 24 months. And the net earning after 2 years is 188 ringgit. And next, let us talk about REIT, R-E-I-T. There are a few advantages of REIT, such as REIT is affordable, it is liquidity, it has stable income stream, and it is led by a group of professional management team. It has low transaction costs, and 90% of the rental fee or the earning is giving to the shareholders. And also, some companies are giving dividends in every 3 months. Next, let us talk about the transaction information. The price per unit for REIT is around 71 cents to 7 ringgit and 80 cents. Second, the minimum investment is about 100 units. It has transaction costs and the dividend is around 4.5% to 7%. So now, let us take a look at the example of REIT. Let's assume you are investing 800 units of REIT at the cost of 1 ringgit and 20 cents per unit. The terms of investment is 2 years and the dividend yield is 5%. The risk level is medium, the return level is medium, and the service charge is around 10 ringgit to 20 ringgit. Let's assume you are buying the REIT at the cost of 1 ringgit 20 cents per unit for 800 units. The cost of buying is 960 ringgit, and the price of REIT for each unit has increased to 1 ringgit and 20 cents, and you decide to sell it at this price. So you will get a return of 1024 ringgit. The dividend for the REIT is 6 cents times 800 units for 2 years is equal to 96 ringgit. So the total return for 2 years will be 160 ringgit by taking the sum of the selling price and dividend minus the buying cost. And last, we will talk about the Bitcoin. It is the most popular investment among the investors nowadays. There are two ways to invest in Bitcoin. First is through mining the Bitcoin, and second is through trading. The trading is the buying and selling the Bitcoin. So for the terms and conditions for Bitcoin is, first, it is available for worldwide. And second, the Bitcoin actually has a limitation. This is because in every 4 years, the Bitcoin will divide by 2. And at the end of 2017, there will be 21 million Bitcoin left in the market. And third, trading the Bitcoin actually has a service charge for every transaction. In this video, we will focus on trading the Bitcoin instead of mining the Bitcoin. This is because mining the Bitcoin is actually quite problematic. First, it is high cost to maintain. The maintenance and the machine is very expensive. Second, the machine itself is actually very problematic because it's making a lot of noise and it's actually easy to get hot. Third, you can't actually compete with the China miners because they are made out of a group of people. And fourth, it is difficult to get a huge amount of Bitcoin in the short term. And what else? The exchange rate is actually fluctuated. And sixth, you can't actually get back your capital in a few years. It takes time to get back your capital. Therefore, it is not recommended for full-time miners. Instead, if you are taking it as a hobby, then you can consider it. So now, let us look at the example of Bitcoin calculation. Let's assume that on October 20, 1 unit of Bitcoin is equal to 26,205 ringgit. And on the November 16, 1 unit of Bitcoin increased to 32,025 ringgit. So if we purchase 1,000 of ringgit Malaysia, we will get 0.038161 unit of Bitcoin. For your information, the Bitcoin decimal place can actually made up to 8 decimal places. And then if we sell out of our Bitcoin on 16 November, we will get a return of 1,222 and 11 cents. And now let us assume the service charge for the transaction is 4%. By minus the transaction cost, we will get a net return of 1,173 and 23 cents. And by minus the cost of 1,000, we will get a net profit of 173 and 23 cents. Investing in Bitcoin is actually very risky investment. However, it can give you a very good profit. Therefore, in order to secure your Bitcoin, first you shall measure the digital security knowledge. For example, you need to know how to set up a two-factor authentication, or maybe you can set a strong password. Besides that, before trading the Bitcoin, you shall do a full or a complete research of the Bitcoin. And after all, hereby I will suggest you to invest in unit trust and P2P as your first portfolio.
Oh!